Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Okay, get on in here. Whoo, child. All right. Kick off your shoes, relax your feet. You are now in the den. This is Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, child. What happens in Catskills? Okay, season 2, episode 5. Listen, I need Crown out of here now. Period. He playing too many damn games. He's playing himself. He's trying to act hard, and it's irking my daggone nerves. I wanted Rock to take these daggone Italians out so freaking bad. Okay, I know she can't, but child, I was ready to come through the damn TV if he would have said the damn N-word one more time. All right, Burke is still out here Burking, and I'm over her behind too. Why are you so pressed and so worried about what the hell damn Howard got going on, girl? She could go too. Tired of it, okay? And Kanan is basically over his mother. He don't trust nothing that she damn say, okay? After this episode, though, things may swing another way. But for once, he actually was right, you know. Juke is in her feelings and going through all different types of things, honey. Let's go ahead and get into this daggone episode, all right? I'm a hustler, baby. I still don't remember none of the other words. I don't know why, but we gonna carry on, okay? I digress, moving on along. So this episode starts out, we seeing this fiend that's walking outside looking all around, right? And of course we gotta hear Kanan saying, you know, that a lot of stuff go down at night, right? Most people are doing their stuff at night, okay? But in the day, okay, because most times at night, you know what I'm saying, they are out here scheming, right? In the dark, right? They scheming and plotting. But in the day, you know, you see a lot of people walking around, right? And in the morning, shit gets real, right? Motherfuckers is picking up the pieces from the night before. And we see him running upstairs and he's saying they're figuring out how to get through another day. And this fiend is banging down the daggone door, right? He's saying, yo, let me get full. But Marvin is saying, we closed, come back later. He was like, what kind of damn crack spot is closed? Give me my damn rocks, okay? And Marvin is saying, I said we closed. He was like, yo, I'm fiending, Marvin, okay? Come on now, you got to open up the door. He banging on it and shit. So I thought Marvin was going to come out there and kill him, to be honest, all right? He talking about, you know, y'all keeping banking hours now. What the hell kind of shit is this? And when Marvin come out, he is fully dressed in all plastic with tape in his damn hand. And he gives him the rocks and he tells him to hold his money. And he like, my brother. And he was like, yo, let the rest of them fiends know that we ain't got no inventory. We will be back up later, you know. And then he looking at Marvin. He like, what's up with the outfit? He like, I'm cleaning, man. He says, a clean crack house too? I never thought of that. Okay. So he said, get the hell up out of here. And don't forget what I told you about them other base heads, what to tell them. So Marvin go ahead and go inside, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Lord, back inside the apartment. Well, actually to the next door apartment. And he opened up the door there. And you could tell that it's smelling like all hell there, right? He coughing and gagging and choking and whatever, could barely damn breathe, look like he ready to throw up. And of course, he's opened up this wall because they about to have the damn police there soon because they got the whole building stinking. I know that damn thing got to be funky as hell, right? And he opened up the wall so he could go ahead and try to get this body moved out. So now, you know, he's trying to pull him out. And of course, the guy's like literally in his face. Then his head pops back. And Marvin is just like, oh, God. And then he falls on top of him and barely misses his face touching the damn head. I said, damn, Marvin. You know, he's spraying him down with Lysol and all kinds of stuff. And then trying to, you know, go ahead and get him in this other black plastic bag. I said, Lord have mercy, Marvin. You made a damn mess out of that one, honey, okay? That was not a good idea. Next thing you know, we seeing Rock sitting at the damn edge of the bed like a damn serial killer, smiling at damn Kanan. And he like, why the heck you sitting there staring at me like that? And she's like, oh, remember we used to go camping? And he was like, you woke me up to talk about camping, Ma. Are you serious right now? He was like, you always hated camping anyway. And she says, no, I didn't hate it. I just had to get used to it, you know. And she was like, you loved it. She was like, you used to get your damn Davy Crocker on. So he laying back down thinking he gonna go to sleep. But she done threw a damn bag on that bed and was like, come on, get up, put your sweaters and stuff in a big coat in the bag, you know what I'm saying? It gets cold that night. And he's like, it gets cold where? She talking about Catskills, baby. We going camping. He was like, what? Why? You know, is Juke coming? She said, nah, she gonna stay here. He was like, well, Mom, I'm supposed to go and help Famous do his music. I said, now, Kanan, what damn help would you be with the music, okay? And she tells him, you know, Famous can handle his own, you know what I'm saying, business or whatever, right? This is a mom-son trip, all right? So Kanan looking over it, he looking like he don't want to be bothered. Now, we got to a salesman sitting out here in the car, you know, watching, and this one guy was irking my nerves, y'all, you know. There's an old man walking across the street and he talking about, look at these people, look how they live, animal, I tell you, animal. And the other guy like, well, I got a color family that live down the block from me and they cool, they stay to they self, you know what I'm saying? They sons is the same age as my daughter, whatever, they don't bother me and I don't bother him, dumb. And he's like, what? He was like, what if your daughter came home with one of them? He's like, I don't know, I never thought about it, you know. And he's talking about, you never thought about it, or you don't know how to feel about it. It ain't much to damn think about. What the hell do you mean or whatever, right? You take that in, teeth out. So I said, listen, buddy, you really pressing my damn luck. So he's telling him, you know, pay attention. We got some movement. And we basically seeing Marvin coming up with this car. And here he go, and rich and this and that. You know, he hates to see people living good. So I said, yeah, I want him to go, okay? He needs to go. So then you see Marvin going in the house or whatever the case may be. And you have Kanan going knocking at Juke's door like, yo, you not coming? And she's like, nah, your mother said she wanted this to be a trip with just you and her. And he's like, yo, I don't know if I want to go on a trip with just me and her. Right now, I'm not feeling the vibe. A lot of stuff is crazy. And he actually confides in Juke and is telling her like, yo, what you said to me about your mother, that really hit home, okay? So I went to see that cop. And I'm looking at his face and stuff is real familiar. I don't think he's lying. And Juke just shoots him down. And I really wish she would pay attention to what he's saying instead of just making it seem like he's crazy. She's like, oh, he's going to lie. He's going to do whatever he have to do to basically get at your mother. Don't pay him no mind and stay away from him. Don't feed into that and all of that kind of stuff. And so in the middle of them talking, Rock comes knock at the door again. It's like, yo, what are you doing? Come on, get dressed, you know, get moving. We got to go. And he keeps telling her like, all right, I'm coming, you know. And so, you know, she just was telling him like, cops lie. That's what they do and don't believe him or whatever, right? And then she, you know, when Rock came in, she was asking Juke if she going to be okay. And she says, yeah. And she's basically teasing Kanan like, you know, be careful out there, okay? Because they be having damn poison ivy, all right? Come back itching all over the place. So then she listens to the song, and just like a lot of us thought, okay, the song that Famous came and brung her, I'm sorry, that Crown, which I want to call him Clown from now on, brung her, was actually, you know, what we all thought is Zisa singing her song is just another beat behind it. And so she's pissed, okay, as she should be. So now we got Lou and Crown in this meeting, right? This they playing the song for this for this guy rather, sorry. And Lou is saying she's good. I'll put her up against anybody. Pebbles, Tracy Spencer, Michelle. I said, hold on, Lou, okay? Hold on. You sure about that? Okay. So Crown is basically saying like, oh, he's the money guy. He's like, but what he's saying is true. She is good and we can, you know what I'm saying, do stuff. But, you know what I'm saying, Lou giving him the look because it's like he trying to be dismissive of him. And the guy's basically playing him and looking at him funny too. So then, you know, he talking about something, he's getting a little ahead of himself. And then the guy Mo starts laughing. He was like, but you know, this really is something that we can market and we could get off when we could really blow up. So the guy's basically telling him like, you know, anything that I'm going to be playing, you know what I'm saying, that means it's going to be big. And that means I got to be getting some big dollars, okay? It got to be worth them spins. And so Crown is like, yeah, of course. So he's like, you know what I'm saying, you know I'm going to take care of you or whatever. And he tells him, come on, let's step outside and talk for a minute. And so Lou is just looking back and forth between the two of them like, he want to jump up any minute. And then homeboy had the nerve to turn around and tell Lou, have a snack money guy. I said, if you don't get out of here, Lou should have smacked the out of him, right? So then when they in the hallway, Crown gonna talk about it took everything for me to not laugh in his face or whatever the case may be, right? Everything in my power for me not to laugh in his face. And the other guy talking about, yeah, me either. So then they continue their conversation and Lou just sitting on the couch just looking like, So we still got these Italians basically sitting out outside the house. They munching on food or whatever. And Marvin is telling Kanan to go ahead and put, the bags in the back of the car. And he's asking whose car is this? And she was like, well, I didn't want to drive my truck up there to the damn mountains through the dirt. I said, that don't sound right, because you would more so want a truck than a car. So he's telling him he can't put it in the trunk. So I said, don't tell me y'all got this body in the damn truck. So basically he starts to tell Rock, I sprayed this guy down. I put freaking pine leaves all over him or whatever. He was smelling so horrible. But now it's basically smelling like Christmas, and you have Juke looking out the window at them. So yes, the guy that was in the wall is in the damn trunk. So, Rock is like, he asked Rock, like, you sure you want to be heading up there? You should really be handling that shit in Jersey right now. And she was like, no more runs to Jersey till I get back. She needs to deal with this, and she needs to spend time with her son. And Marvin is saying maybe we should shut this down for good. And she was like, look, they sharks or whatever. Just give it a minute. They gonna start circling. And, she go ahead to leave. So, of course, Juke is looking out the window, and when Marvin look up, she's just kind of rolling at her eye, rolling her eyes at him, and he telling Rock and them to be safe. And, of course, the Italians is watching all of this, so they decide that they're going to go ahead and follow Rock. Now, Crown, like I said, he keep trying to act like he Big Willie. I don't know where he getting all this heart from, baby. But I wish Lou would kick that damn shit back in his chest, because he following him through the damn parking lot, trying to catch up to him and still talking or whatever the case may be. And Lou is trying his best, okay, to relax, relate, release woosah and not go off on him. But it's like only but so much you could take. So, of course, he ends up turning around and punching him in the face and was like, is that good enough for you? Is that the attention you want? And Crown gonna talk about you're gonna stop putting your hands on me. And Lou is like, and what you gonna do about it, okay? What are you gonna do to make it stop? You may think you make gangster music, but you ain't no damn gangster. So then here go Crown pulling out this gun, and he was like, don't ever pull out a gun unless you gonna use it. Crown talking about who said I'm not gonna use it, and Lou basically was like, me, and walked away. Now, right then and there, that should have been the end of his ass. I'm sorry. So now Rockin', Kanan is riding in the car, and she trying to make small talk. First the radio was on, then she turns it off. She asking him about, do he have a girlfriend and all of this, right? And then she seen the cop car coming up behind her, and she's looking to see if they trying to pull her over, whatever, but they end up going around, a state trooper or whatever. So she's turning off the radio, trying to make small talk with him. She's like, so what's going on with you? And do you have a girlfriend? You have anybody, that you into right now? Because he's just staring out the window in his own world, sipping on his little Pepsi or whatever the case may be, right? And she basically ends up asking him about, what the heck was her name again? Davina? Yeah. She asked about Davina. He basically was like, her cousin told me that she wound up, up in South Carolina. She was like, Dad, apparently she has some family there. So she says, well, I have really liked her. And she's like, well, any other girls? And he kind of like, nothing really serious right now, whatever, right? And she was like, well, that means that you do have somebody, because he was like, not really. And she was like, not really, sounds like you got somebody. So, she was like, you could tell me about it or whatever, right? And she's basically laughing. And then she's all like, and then he was like, all right, it was a little shorty that, live in famous buildings. So she was like, yeah, I know. And so she's like, look, you got to have fun. You're young. You're supposed to have fun, okay? But make sure that it's only fun, all right? You're a kid. And then he just basically looking at her, Then she basically he start being like, can you just turn the radio back on now? He trying his best to freaking ignore her. He looking at her mad evil, and then he turned the radio back on. So they just continue to ride, and they looking at the scenery, and Rock is just still looking at him, right? And so then we see Marvin out here with this counselor, and she says, look, I'm trying to bring you here, and you're making it so hard for me to talk to you or whatever. She was like, you don't really talk so much inside the group, so I'm trying to have a one-on-one with you and see where your head is at, okay? And he's like, well, I just really don't like people in my business. And she's like, you are my business, okay? And you're making it hard for me to conduct my business because you won't say anything inside the damn group, okay? And that's bad for business. And she was like, yours and mine. So he still was pretty much ignoring her. And of course, Marvin gonna eat, okay? And she said, if I go to the judge and all of a sudden he stopped eating, and she says, I tell him that you're not holding up your end of the deal, he gonna throw you back inside, and I'ma promise you that you will wish that you was still talking, when you was out here. So he basically, she's telling him, like, I need you to open up. I need you to tell me something about yourself, something that I don't know, something that basically you would feel vulnerable about, or you probably wouldn't really want to say or whatever, right? Because he's like, what the hell do you want from me, Miss Renee? And she says, I show up every week and I listen to all the bullshit in there. And she's like, first of all, what you can do is stop calling it bullshit, okay? What we do. That's the first thing that you could do, okay? It's therapy that you're referring to, right? It's not bullshit. And second of all, that's when she started telling him, about opening up and telling her something that really, could be opening and vulnerable or whatever. So he tells her, I got a daughter. She's like, yeah, okay. Well, I know about that. She was like, she's a teenager, right? And he's like, well, I don't know what the hell she is. Whatever she is, okay, she don't talk to me anymore. And he basically says, to be honest, she has good reason to not talk to me. She's telling him that it's probably hard for you that you're going through that, right? And he says, I'm a effed up father. So at least Marvin is starting to, just realize that he messed up. And he says, I did some shit that she would never forgive me for. And, I really can't blame her because it really was some messed up shit. But he was like, not no pedophile shit or nothing, okay? Don't get it twisted. I ain't going in there and touching her or nothing like that, all right? That ain't my type of, thing. I ain't doing no sick shit like that. But I did something that was really horrible. And, she's probably not going to forgive me for it. And so you could tell that we already know him and this damn counselor is going to get closer, whatever. And, she was feeling a little sentimental for him. And he was just saying that he's a dumb, motherfucker messing up like that. And in the meantime, we have Rock and they get there to the camp or whatever. She goes in to get her keys and automatically, damn Kanan see this white girl in the back and he going over, oh, how you doing? And, do you have bear spray? And then she's saying like, no, they don't have none right now, whatever. And he's like, oh, I didn't even know that was a real thing. And she was like, yeah, it definitely is a real thing. She said they don't really have black bears around there, right? They only have these other ones and they're pretty docile. But she was like, stay away from the blueberry patches. And so, she was telling him something about if he like got attacked or whatever, he could just use a knife and run. And then, she tells him her name is Hannah and he's shaking her hand. So Rock just looking, and then she asked the lady for, a knife or whatever the case may be. And so you could see that Kanan is trying to do some flirting now. We got damn Juke going up to Zisa talking about some girl, you stole my damn song. And she was like, how the hell do you know where I live? And Juke is basically like, Crown told me. And she was like, how the hell did you get my song? And she's like, what do you think, Lulu? So of course Juke is pissed as hell. She's like, I would never steal nobody music. I got my own music, okay? So Juke basically just, walks away. And she was telling her, like, yo, I wrote that song. And she tells her that she didn't know. They didn't tell her where the song came from. All right. So I said, Lou, now you done messed up. Okay. Damn well you shouldn't have just been giving damn, Juke's song away. So in the meantime, Marvin is over here following. What was the chick name? I think it was Tracy. I'm not too sure. Y'all put it in the comments. But I'm going to call her Tracy, okay, for this video because I don't remember. And she's shopping like I don't know what, got the big car and all of that. So he's like, oh, she big time now. I see you doing your thing out here, huh? He's like, yeah, she still got them legs though. And this cop comes up and is knocking at the daggone window while he over here sitting. And he's like, can I help you? And the cop is like, I was about to ask you the same thing. Okay, I know most people in this neighborhood and I don't know you. And so Marvin's like, oh, well, I was having a long drive and I'll just stop for a minute to eat these chips. All right. He was like, I'm going to be moseying and all along in a minute. And he actually offers the cop some chips. So he talking about some, no, I'm trying to cut back. And he basically told Marvin, like, yeah, you should do that or whatever, right? Because Marvin was like, yeah, I can't afford, you know what I'm saying, what all these rich people is out here spending. So I said, Marvin, you better hurry up and go, especially if you're trying to do something, because the last thing you need is for this cop to be like, you know what I'm saying, he remember you sitting there or whatever, right? But he tells him to have a good day, and Marvin basically says, you too, officer, all right? And he go on about his business. So, you know, Rock and them go ahead to the cabin where they going or whatever. And these damn Italians don't follow them there, of course, right? They looking and watching and all of that. And they bringing the food and stuff in, you know what I'm saying, to their cabin. And Juke goes and approaches damn Lulu. She's like, you stole my damn song. And he was like, you know, I should have asked you or whatever. And she said, I would have said no. And he was like, look, you don't know how this, you know what I'm saying, music stuff works. He was like, you know, it's all about knowing the material that goes with the artist. And I basically gave it to her, and I wasn't expecting much from her, but she killed it. I'm like, Lulu, she killed this. She did not sound better than Juke. I'm sorry, no ma'am, no sir, okay? But he's telling her that, you know, the song you wrote was beautiful. And then Juke is like, but too beautiful for me. And he says, that's not what I meant. And she's like, yeah, okay, right. He was like, you know, I thought it would make a cool song for Zisa, and she knocked it out the park. And, you know, Juke is laughing. He's like, she did. And so he says it just happened or whatever, right? And then he's trying to tell her, well, you can make mad royalties off of, you know what I'm saying, songwriting. You actually get more from that than you do the person that's singing, which is definitely true. But again, Lulu, you did that shit ass backwards, okay? And so he was saying that there's a songwriting credit out there for her, right? And publishing money is real money. But Juke was just like, right, and she just basically walked away. You know, of course, he was still trying to call after her, but she is so disappointed with this. So now, damn Burke. Burke. I'm telling you, I'm ready for them to get rid of her ass. She begging for it, okay? She got the damn girl that Howard be seeing up in the damn, you know what I'm saying, precinct in one of the damn interrogation rooms, talking about what do he be telling you, basically threatening her, saying that she will call CPS on her and let them know the line of work that she's in, and then her kid would end up in foster care or whatever faster than you could say half and half. I said, is this chick really serious? So she's telling her like he's one of the quiet ones, okay? He doesn't talk about much, and he doesn't remember anything about the shooting, because she's like, did he mention anything about the shooting? She says he just says that he thought he was gonna die, all right? You know, and that he's trying to clean himself up, live a healthier life and all of that kind of stuff for him and his son. So here go Burke, his son. She was like, yeah, apparently he didn't know nothing about him. He just found out. He just had told me about it because he didn't know either. So I'm like, oh, Lord, girl, you know. And here go Burke, just sitting there looking and thinking and shit. I just want to punch her on her damn face. Anyway, so moving on from that, you have Rock and Kanan sitting out by this fire, and she's saying how, they eating this stuff, and she was like, this is some good living here, you know, you and me sitting by the campfire, relaxing, eating hot dogs, you know, and she basically lets him even have a drink or whatever, and she's asking him if he like it up here, and he was like, well, it ain't nothing that I'm into up here. It's like bird watching or whatever. She was like, no, it's more to do than that or whatever the case may be, okay, than just watch some damn, birds like hiking. And so he's like, another word for walking, and she's like, yeah, well, it's swimming, it's ponds and lakes and shit like that or whatever. So when he says he wasn't jumping in no dirty water and it's cold anyway, right? So everything he kind of giving her a little bit of attitude about it. And she says, well, there's also hunting. She was like, shit, I got a knife. We could hunt with that or whatever, right? And he says, who am I, Rambo? And she basically has started laughing at that. So, she let him have a little taste, and he's sitting there choking on it or whatever, right? And she starts to say how her father used to be a bootlegger, and he was like, so he was a bootlegger, he owned a little juke joint. And I forgot the other thing he said. He was like, he just did everything, huh? And she says, yes, actually he did, right? But her mother didn't like it. And so he was saying he was going to go back to the store and get a soda, and she asked him, did he have the money? And he said, yeah. Now come to find out, these Italians is trying to take her behind out, okay? They basically looking like, okay, the kid is heading out. She's alone by the fire. I'm going to go ahead and go to her now. Keep an eye on him. So, make sure that he doesn't come back until I'm gone. And he over here talking about something. Oh, let me hit her. Let me show Sal that I could get dirty. This is the one that basically has been racist through the whole damn time. So he's still talking about something, let me do it. And he's telling him, nah, you do what the hell I told you to do. So, you have Kanan, of course, go with his daggone chick is at again, and he's talking with her, and the guy's watching him through the window or whatever. She was asking him where his mom is at, and he says she's back at the cabin or whatever. And she's like, so you want to hang out for a minute? And he's like, hell yeah. So they basically, go to the side, and they sitting on like these benches or whatever outside, and the guy steadily creeping and looking through the damn window like a damn widow. So, Rock is sitting there, and then she start hearing like some noises or whatever. She's smoking a cigarette. So she like, yo, Kanan, that's you. She was like, come on, stop playing. I know that's you. I can hear you. You trying to scare me or whatever. Come on out. The shit ain't funny. But in the meantime, it's really the guy, walking up and looking to see if he could try to make this shot. But this family comes up, well, this father and son, and he's asking if they have any extra wood because they ran out of wood and they having a hard time lighting the fire. So she was like, oh yeah, take as much as you want. He was like, you sure? Thank you so much, or whatever the case may be. We'll bring you more tomorrow. And she was telling them, don't worry about it. If anything, she'll send her son to get it or whatever, right? Because, you got to keep them busy and give them something to do. And he basically starts laughing and was looking at his son like, yeah, you right. So this basically messes up the guy with taking the shot, right? And in the meantime, Kanan's still sitting there talking to the girl. She asked him if he ever been to California and had California weed. He was like, nah, weed is really not, I ain't that much of weed had anyway. Now, my boy Famous, that's a different story. He be smoking like I don't know what. That fool could smoke. So she was like, Famous, that's an interesting name or whatever the case may be. That's a cool name. So here go old nosy ass racist coming out talking about something. Yo, what you doing with her? Get away from her or whatever. And at the same time, Rock come up and is like, yo, don't talk to my son like that because, they was just about to share a damn kiss. So he's like, you better leave her alone and all of this. Like if he's coming to her, defense. And like I said, Rock is like, don't talk to my son like that. So he was like, well, I was just coming to get some mosquito stuff and I see him out there. And she like, yeah, I bet. And she's like, let's go, Kanan, and Kanan go walking away. So she tells him, I done told you for I don't know how many damn times, stay away from white girls, okay? They will get you killed. They've been getting people killed. That's the way it's always been, and that's the way it's always going to be. So, of course, originally, even when seeing the preview, I'm thinking he know her and this is her father. But no, this is just the damn racist-ass guy that came up there. And he's telling her, like, oh, if you was my kid, you would be locked away for 15 years when nobody could get to you. And excuse me, she like, well, good damn thing you ain't my father. So now he go back to the cabin and he mad, asking his partner like, yo, what is this? What happened? And he was like, a family came up, so I couldn't take the shot. A father and son had came up looking for some damn firewood and I couldn't pop her or whatever. So he's like, oh man, he was like, yo, let's just hit them both. And he tells him like, no, you already know we don't do damn kids, okay? He was like, Sal, don't go to, what I'm saying, with that or whatever. It's bad for business and it's bad for karma, all right? Keep your damn head. So he talking about some, yo, that monkey almost raped the girl there. He said, look, somehow I doubt you saved the damn day. He making it seem like he stopped him from hurting her. He was like, if Sal hears that we messed with a kid, he'll put a bullet in between your damn eyes. So save that white power shit, okay? And he was like, we'll get a clean shot tomorrow. Until then, shut the fuck up. And I was so happy he said that because, child, I'm just ready for this man to go, okay? I do not like him at all. So he basically just sits back down. So, she's trying to ask, Kanan, do he want some more s'mores? And she basically does apologize to him, for yelling at him or whatever the case may be, because he was saying no, that he just wanted to lay down and go to bed. And so, she does get him to sit back down, and she's just telling him like, I want us to have a good relationship. I want us to be open. And of course, she tells him that this kingdom, okay, can be his. All right. He is the next in line. And she was telling him, she knows that he's been skeptical about whether he wanted it or not. And she's been kind of skeptical too on whether, she wants it or not, right? And so she was just saying, you know, I want this to be about me and you, and I want us to be open. I want you to feel like that, you know what I'm saying, you could talk to me and all of that. And we know how damn Rock is with her manipulation. So at this point, you know, he trying to see if she's really meaning what she's saying. She's saying he could figure out his life. She knows that he's getting to that age where he really want to try to make some real money, you know what I'm saying, and make his mark on the world and see where he's going. So, of course, he is the heir to the throne. It's up to him whether he want to sit on it or not, right? And so basically he was saying, I wanted mine. First I wasn't too sure whether I did or not, but now I do, okay? And that puts a smile on her face. And so she tells him no secrets between us, no lies, no side hustles or any of that, right? We share everything because, of course, she knows about the whole damn thing with Howard. And I'm pretty sure by now she's caught on that he's been stealing too. So he gonna say, and you gonna be honest too? And she talking about all you gotta do is ask and smiling, you know, talking about is you and me. I was really expecting him to come out and start asking her some more damn questions about Howard. But he didn't. He just sitting there looking because she gonna talk about it's me and you know this, okay? Like, you know this, man. And I'm like, no, he knows you full of crap because he was still giving her that side eye. Like, okay, Ma, you know, you talk a good game. So Howard is sitting outside now, you know, waiting and looking for Kanan. And Juke comes walking up. Juke is over it, okay? She's pissed the hell off. She's mad at the world right now, especially after what happened with her damn song. So he trying to come up to her and ask her about Kanan, and she just and walking past with her damn, you know, headphones on, and he telling her, you need to chill with that damn music, you gonna go deaf. So she's like, you know, he's asking her, where's Kanan? She's like, wherever the hell he wanna be. And so he's like, well, you need to tell him that I'm basically looking for him, all right? Because I've been calling him, paging him, whatever, and he's not getting back to me. And she just still go walking past him, right? And so now, you know, you have Kanan and Rock just driving, you know, more into the woods or whatever. He looking like, where the hell we going? Because, of course, Rock gonna just put him in a situation and not tell him what the hell is happening. So now when they get out the car, she opens up the trunk and is like, let's do this. I'm gonna need your help. And he just looking like, you know, who the hell is this and where this body come from? I say, yo, only damn Rock, okay, could put her damn child in a situation like this and think that it's a normal another day in the damn neighborhood. She talking about get some shovels, you know, help me with him. And he's just looking, you know, shook and shocked. And she's like, let's get to work, right? And so, of course, they dig the hole and they kick him in the dirt, and you know, they both all sweaty and dirty or whatever and just looking down at the guy, you know. Now that's one problem down, and that is basically really what she came up there to do, okay? It wasn't for no damn camping and no damn time with, you know, Kanan. So we got Famous coming in and he's saying this rap to this damn beat that, you know, Lou got on, and Famous is giving me Fiend vibes, okay? I don't care what nobody damn saying. He's saying, you know, I'm back, I still got it. And Lou is like, what do you want, Famous? And he's like, I want to get back in the live, man. I've been working, I've been writing, like I told you. I got that heat, I got new shit. I'm coming with it. The shit is dope, I promise you, okay? And he was like, you know, I'm sorry that I didn't tell you about the Jessica and Crown situation. If I would have known, I would have told you, but I didn't even know they was kicking it like that till after she left. So Lou just turns around and he was like, you know, her hair would be messed up when she would come from the car ride and the windows would be down. I ain't know. So Lou telling him, I already knew, I didn't care. So he was like, this ain't about her and it's not about, you know what I'm saying, Crown or anything else. So Famous is like, okay, well, it's about us. He was like, look, if I would have known, I would have told you, you came and uncle, you family, and I got your back regardless. That's real. And so Lou is just standing there like, look, you bring me some rhymes, you get back in the thing. He already told him that before, though. He's like, it's not about your sister, it's not about Crown. I don't give a shit about none of that. It's about work, period, okay? So do your work and you'll get the time. You know, he about to come and hug him. He's talking about, oh, thank you, you won't be disappointed. And he's like, all right, go right, leave me the hell alone. And then Famous is basically like, thank you, you won't be disappointed, you gonna love me and all of that. And he leaves. And Lou just sitting there. I said, Lou, are you about to do what I think you're going to do, boo? Just do it already, damn it, okay? So then we get to this church, honey, and we got Miss Mama, okay, Kenya, up here singing. Juke is all with her little luxurious hair flowing down. She done did her hair, got her dress on, whatever have you, and done came to the church. And so they singing my song, baby, okay? Oh, Mary, don't you weep, honey. If you don't know about that, you better ask somebody, okay? And she blowing a little something, something, and she happy to see Juke sitting out in the, you know what I'm saying, audience. And then here go this little boy trying to roll up on damn Juke talking about some, oh, you know, you Miss Kenya's daughter. So she's like, yeah. And he was like, oh, yeah, she ain't tell me, you know what I'm saying, that she had a dime like you. And then Juke is just basically like, don't you got some praying to do? So he talking about the only praying I want to do is to get them digits, you know. And Juke basically starts laughing or whatever. And she like this with her hair. She says, well, your prayers ain't going to get answered, okay? So, of course, you know, Kenya want to interrupt them. And she's like, listen, my daughter can sing too. I want y'all to hear her. So she's like, Laverne, you know, come on up. And Laverne basically just says, peace to the boy. Well, Juke, okay, of course, because that's what we call her. So anyway, she come up and she's basically telling him like, yeah, my daughter can sing, okay. I told Mr. Stevens that you got a voice too, okay. We share the same voice and you gonna blow the doors off the church. She was like, she got something to say, you know. And so basically the preacher start asking her, you know, oh, well, we gonna see what she got or whatever. And he's like, you know, are you into the church? Okay, are you church going? And she says a little bit. And so he basically was like, do you know Mary? You know what I'm saying? Mary, can you know what I mean? Oh, Mary, won't you weep or whatever? Don't you weep. And so she's like, yeah, I know it. I said, okay, Juke, let's see what you got. So my girl, okay, she did what she had to do. She was singing better than her mama. I said, you best to say, Juke, okay, that's what I'm talking about. And even Kenya looked like she was a little bit shocked, okay? And the boy was basically in the audience, you know, smiling. And I said, Juke needed to get that out, baby, okay? She was hurting. And let me tell you, when you hurting and you walk inside that church and you say, or even you either in the choir singing or you just hear the choir, it do something to your soul, okay? So nonetheless, you know, she turned it out. And you know, moving on from that, now the girl done came back and told Howard about Burke and the question she was asking. And he was like, well, what the hell does she want to know? Okay, why does she keep asking you stuff? And she was like, she wanted to know about the shooting and what you remembered. And he was like, well, what did you tell her? She was like, I couldn't tell her much because it wasn't much to tell her, you know. I don't know much and you don't be saying much about the shooting. She was like, but at the end of the day, she basically threatened to take my damn baby from me. And he was like, she can't take no damn baby from you. What they gonna take your baby for? You know what I'm saying? You're a good mother. You provide for him. You take care of everything. You know what I'm saying? So what the hell, you know, would she be able to do? He was like, I don't understand what was she talking about or whatever. And then, you know, she was saying that she wanted to know what he was thinking. And he was like, how the hell would you know what I'm thinking? He was like, I don't pay you in cash for, you know what I'm saying, us talking. So she's like, listen, this is not a game. Like, you know, like I said, she threatened about my child or whatever. So he was like, look, you take care of everything with that. So that's not nothing. It's not like you putting cigarettes out on his scalp or anything like that, right? They're not going to mess with you. So don't even worry about that. So he's like, well, what else did she say about that? Or what is anything else that you may have said to her? Okay. So she was like, nothing. She just was keeping on asking me what you remembered about the shooting, you know, what you thinking, what you be saying to me. And I kept telling her that you don't really be saying nothing, that you're quiet. So he was like, and you ain't say anything else. She said, well, I did mention about your son. Lord, while she said that, Howard was like, oh, motherfucker. He was like, why the hell did you say that? She was like, I thought she already knew. She was like, I'm sorry. He was like, yo, don't you have a, you know, confidentiality clause with your business? He said, yo, he threatened my child. He said, get the hell up on my house. Get out of my house. Time to go. She was like, what? He was like, go. Me and you are done. She was like, are you serious right now? He said, I said, get the hell out. And he basically opened up the door and she was like, come on. He says, get out. She closed the door on him, right? So I said, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. So now we got, you know, Marvin still following behind Tony. That was her name. It just came back to me, y'all. He following behind her, watching her, kissing her man, and he like, yeah, you living it up real good, huh? I bet he don't know where them lips been. But then we see that cop car is still following him. So I'm saying, Marvin, get the hell up out of there before your ass end up being arrested, okay? Come back at nighttime when nobody ain't around or something, because you playing it a little too close, honey. You know, Rock is telling Kanan to go ahead and take the bags to the car and also go and drop the key off. And she's like, and don't stop talking to that, you know, damn white girl either. Just do what the hell I told you to do, and that's it. And he's like, yeah, whatever. So, of course, they want to try to come at her again and get her before, you know, she's leaving. And they're saying, you know, don't try to run interference. Well, the one guy's telling the racist guy, leave the kid alone. And he's like, Scott's honor. But, of course, he's not going to damn listen. And so he goes to Rock's cabin, and he thinking he's sneaking in, you know. And in the meantime, when he was walking past, you know, Kanan is walking past the girl's cabin. She like, you was going to leave without saying bye. So he's like, nah, I was going to see you before I leave. And he don't went in the damn cabin and closed the door because of course Kanan is going to Kanan, and he ain't going to damn listen either. So here come, you know, the guy coming to Rock's cabin, and he swearing he's sneaking and pointing the gun all around, and at the same time the other guy's going into where Kanan and the damn girl is. But Rock ends up getting him and putting that damn knife up to his neck like, yo, drop the damn gun. She was like, listen, at the end of the day, we're going to have to make some type of compromise, all right? I can't kill you, because if I kill you, then, you know what I'm saying, everything goes to shit, or whatever the case may be. They would come after me. And at the same time, you know, I can't leave you alone either. She's telling him, like, Sal sent you, right? And he says, yeah, because he gave you a message. She said, well, I don't listen too good sometimes. And at this point, when we get back to Kanan is in here fighting this dude. I said, get him, Kanan, get him, damn it, okay? I'm tired of his racist ass mouth, okay? Punch him right in it. And so, you know, she's saying, before I let you go, we get back to Rock and the guy. And before she could finish, the girl is like, yo, they're going to kill Kanan. He's going to kill Kanan. Come. So she ends up just hitting the guy in the head. And she runs off with the girl, you know what I'm saying, to go see what's happening with Kanan. So they get in there, whatever. Both her and the girl run in, and he finally got Kanan down. Now, Kanan was giving him a good run for the money, and he got the gun pointed at Kanan. All of a sudden, we hear a shot, and it's actually his homeboy that shot his ass in the leg. So they all looking shocked. And then, you know, Kanan hurry up and grabbed the gun and got it pointed up. But Rock tells him, let's make a deal, okay? Between Sal and me, we're going to make it. But for now, me and my son get the hell up out of here. And he was like, yeah, well, what about her? Talking about the little white chick. She said, you know, let her go too. She ain't going to say nothing, right? Because if you do, then my people and his people going to come back and get your people real quick. Do you understand? And she says, yeah. So she says, we're going home. And I suggest you collect your little piece of shit friend over there, okay? And do the same. So, of course, his friend talking about, yo, what the hell, man? You know. And they got had to leave, right? And the girl just hurries up and runs her ass out of there. And he asking him, what's the matter with him? You should have shot them. No, he should have shot your damn ass, and I wish they would have killed you, okay? So Rock go ahead and throw her bag in the back of the car, and then they on their way to, you know, basically come back home. And so basically you hear grown Kanan say, sometimes you got so much shit to say, okay? But at the end of the day, you don't say nothing at all, because you don't even know what the hell to say, okay? There are times when you don't even know what the hell to say, because everybody already know, you know, and who they are don't matter. And so basically, you know, they don't get dealt with either way, right? And so it's better to close your mouth and keep your eyes open, right? And so you just see Kanan sitting there looking at his mother, and it says, don't let them know what the fuck you thinking, because especially when you don't even know yourself. And that is basically how the damn episode went off, y'all. You know, tell me what you thought about this episode, honey. And do you think we finally gonna see Lulu take Crown ass out? Okay, time is up. Okay, time for some action on that ass, y'all. But anyway, that's all I got. You know, make sure that y'all tell me what you thought about it. Okay, let's discuss. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you are so inclined. Okay, give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky. All right, y'all. Till next time. Toodaloo.